Welcome to Reasonable Suspicion, helping managers fight workplace substance abuse. Fighting workplace substance abuse by requesting a reasonable suspicion test for an employee is one of the hardest and most complex challenges you'll face as a manager. That's because it's difficult to initiate a discussion of this delicate and personal topic. Confrontations rarely proceed smoothly and happily, and employees are often resistant at first, and they may offer unusual explanations, the purposes of which are to have you dismiss your concerns about the need to request a reasonable suspicion test. Here's why you should get involved. The number one reason is safety. By stopping an impaired employee from driving a vehicle or operating machinery, you may prevent an accident that can cause permanent harm to the worker and others. The employee may enter treatment and result in the recovery and return of a valuable worker. The key is to acquire knowledge and gain awareness. If you know what to look for and what to do, you can proceed with confidence and provide potentially life-saving support. Now let's look at a program overview. In this course, we'll look at 5 different skills. Skill number 1, sharpening your observational powers. Skill number 2, taking a proactive role. Skill number 3, documenting your suspicion. Skill number 4, acting on the drug testing policy. And skill number 5, communicating your suspicion to the employee and referring to testing. So, let's begin. Skill number 1, sharpen your observational powers. Here, you'll learn to recognize the signs and symptoms of substance abuse so that you can intervene sooner rather than later for everyone's good. How do you recognize the signs and symptoms? Employees who abuse drugs or alcohol rarely ask for help and almost always try to hide their affliction and put their best face forward. If you know what to look for, you can collect clear evidence that confirms impairment, and you can intervene sooner rather than later. You have to learn to observe carefully. There are early warning signs. There are behavioral changes, such as when a normally social person withdraws from coworkers. A typically upbeat or positive communicator turns quiet and avoidant. A reliably punctual employee becomes prone to tardiness or absenteeism. And there are some later warning signs: refusal to do assigned tasks, high levels of confusion, loss of productivity, and inconsistency. You have to know your employees. Initiate friendly conversations and make eye contact with employees on a regular basis. If you do that, you will be more likely to notice uncharacteristically slurred speech, glazed facial expression, unsteady gait, glassy or bloodshot eyes, or dilated pupils. Now, let's look at reasonable suspicion. Excuses and more, 10 for the road. I haven't had a drink since last night. An employee with a high tolerance to alcohol could have their last drink late at night and still be under the influence well into the next morning. They don't have to drink just before coming to work or first thing in the morning. Don't let this statement convince you that a test is unnecessary. You'll ruin my career. Allowing an employee to convince you that a drug test will be harmful to their career and their life is called enabling. Most companies have policies that support employees getting treatment and remaining employed. If this is not the case, testing still saves lives, the employee's life, and others.